Welcome back to the program. The Supreme Court has dismissed an election petition brought by presidential candidate of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, saying it lacked merit. Mr. Mahama wanted the Apex Court to, among others, order a rerun of the presidential elections on the basis that the first respondent, Nana Akufo-Addo, did not garner enough votes to be declared president by the Electoral Commission. Here's a judgment read by President of the 7-member panel, Kwesi Eni-Nieboa.
Exercise of discretion under Article 296 of the 1982 Constitution by administrative bodies, which includes the first respondent, are not matters for the Supreme Court. These are infractions that the petitioner could have sought redress in the High Court. To quote Mafusam JSC in the Afoko case, Supra, Article 23 of the Constitution deals with administrative actions, and even where a breach of that provision is alleged, the remedy lies in the High Court and not this court. Article 23 is part of Chapter 5 of the 1992 Constitution on Fundamental Human Rights and Freedoms, which by Article 33, 1 and 2 of the Constitution ought to be enforced in the High Court. End of quote. See also Eduse versus Attorney General, 1996-97, Supreme Court of Ghana Law Report, page 1, and Eduse versus Attorney General number 2, 1997-98, Supreme Court of Ghana Law Report 753. On the exercise of discretion under Article 296 and alleged breaches or violations of sin, this court in the Mayor Ablese case, Supra, held per Cote JSC as follows. Throughout the Constitution, discretion has been vested in persons or bodies charged with his responsibility to exercise one power or the other. Where the discretionary power is not exercised according to law, the recourse by an aggrieved party lies in some other remedy provided for in the Constitution and not an invitation to invoke the original jurisdiction of this court. End of quote. Though the two authorities cited above involve the invocation of the original jurisdiction of this court under Articles 2(1)b and 131 of the 1982 Constitution, the same applies to an election petition. The first respondent is an independent body that performs its functions without anybody's directions or assistance. Article 46 is specific about this. It reads, except as provided in this Constitution or any other law not inconsistent with this Constitution, in the performance of its functions, the Electoral Commission shall not be subject to the direction or control of any person or authority. End of quote. We are settled in our minds that the allegation of vote pardon, though serious in an election such as the presidential election, was not proved by credible evidence. Furthermore, even if the vote pardon took place, same was not material or substantial to change the final results so declared by the chairperson of the first respondent. In holding that the impact of the vote pardon, if even proof, could not have affected the declaration, we are emboldened by the decision of Lord Denny in the case of Morgan versus Simpson, 1975, 1 Queen's Bench 151, which was cited by counsel for the petitioner in his closing address. We observe, however, that counsel for petitioner only referred us to only one of the 3 propositions articulated by Lord Denny. In that case, Lord Denny summarized the duty of courts in making declarations upon hearing election petitions. He stated 3 propositions as follows. 1. If the election was conducted so badly that it was not substantially in accordance with the law as to elections, the election is vitiated, irrespective of whether the result was affected or not. We conclude this judgment by emphasizing that the petitioner did not demonstrate in any way how the alleged errors in unilateral corrections made by the first respondent affected the validity of the declaration made by the chairperson of the first respondent on the 9th December 2020, as already stated in this judgment. The petitioner has not produced any evidence to rebut the presumption created by the publication of CI 135, for which his action must fail. We have therefore no reason to order a rerun as prayed by the petitioner as in relief F. We accordingly dismiss the petition as having no merit.
As the court pleases.
And so those were excerpts of the ruling by the Supreme Court. We are expecting reaction from the President, Nana Akufo-Addo, and the NDC candidate, John Dramani Mahama. We'll bring that to you live when we have the feed. But We can discuss this further. Joining us is economist Professor Peter Quartey. Great to have you, sir, on our program tonight. I would start off by asking you to explain to our audience why election integrity is important for the economy.
Well, in every mature democracy, the integrity of the elections that affects the outcomes, and therefore, when that happens, people have confidence in the economy. People can invest, they can plan, and invest and put resources to promote economic activity. So credibility of every election is quite key, very critical for every investor.
And so with this Supreme Court verdict, what signal does it send to investors, foreign investors? How does this help our economy?
I think this is not the first time we've had election petition. And also we've had democracy since for the past 2 decades or so. We have a matured democracy. If you look at the African continent, I think our democracy has come a long way. And therefore, the investor community, even before this outcome, believes in Ghana's economy. Those who plan to invest will look at other things: growth prospects, demand for their goods, population, macro stability, and of course, economic, political stability is also critical. But I think the business or international community or investment community knows that we will not jump on the streets with guns and fight ourselves as Ghanaians. That doesn't happen. We use the legal systems to address our grievances. So this outcome would not significantly change investor perception. I think they know who we are and what we are made of.
It can only get better. I guess they now know that our democracy is well consolidated. Away from that, I want to ask you about a big event coming up next week, which is the budget statement that is expected to be presented to Parliament. Cabinet is expected to give its full blessings to various policy measures outlined in the budget this weekend at a retreat. What are you hoping to hear on Friday next week?
Well, this we are recovering from a recession, and therefore this is not a time to promote or produce an austere budget. Rather, a post-recovery budget, a budget that will help the economy recover. And I would want to see in this budget new ways of raising more revenue to finance some of the critical investments that will promote private sector development. So the CARES program, for instance, of government, where are we going to get the resources to finance them? I would like to see that. I would like to see ways of financing capital expenditure. Oftentimes when we are constrained, we cut down capital expenditure and invest, look at wages and salaries and what have you. We still have to set aside some amount of money to invest, because it's only when you invest that you can grow. So I would like to see more of that. There are also some medium-term strategies to reduce our debt. I mean, because of COVID, our debt-GDP ratio has gone beyond the threshold. We want to see some medium-term strategies to reduce our debt as we recover.
And I don't know if you've heard this discussion going on, people wondering who is going to present the budget, as the finance minister designate is not in the country at the moment because he's seeking medical attention in the US. I'd like to find out from you, does it really matter whether who presents the budget at the end of the day, who the president chooses to do so?
Well, I don't know the legal ramifications of this, but what I've heard is that somebody has to present on behalf of the president. So the president can ask anybody at all that is competent enough to present the budget. What matters is what is in the budget, not who presents it, in my view.
Precisely. Thanks very much. Professor Peter Quartey, an economist there, sharing his thoughts on the election petition ruling, as well as the 2021 budget that we expect to be read on Friday next week. Now, you should brace up for a hike in prices of goods from the major markets if decision by shipping lines to increase their tariffs and other port charges becomes successful. That's coming from the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA. According to the association, if the shipping lines go ahead to charge new fees, the cost will be passed on to the consumer because it would affect their profit margins. Vice President of Guta, Clement Boateng, disclosed this to my colleague, Eben Sabute.
It's a major stakeholder. We are the movers and shakers. We import every product into this country before, our brothers, sisters, wives, children, are able to, access those products. So whenever there's an increment which, will add cost to doing business, it becomes a major blow to us. And as you know, we are not Father Christmas. So whenever there is an increment, definitely we will pass it on to the customer or the consumer. But to what extent, can we be doing that? Otherwise, prices will always, goes up.
Does it mean if this becomes possible, you pass it on to the
Definitely. And this is the situation that we want to, avoid. Because when it happens like that, it does not augur well for trade facilitation. This increment is also part of trade facilitation. It does not, make doing business free. It is a cost. And that is what we want to, avoid. And you see, if you want to even increase something, there are rules and procedures that you have to go through. The law says that if you want to come out with things of that nature, you must notify the regulator 3 months so that the regulator will call for a stakeholder engagement. We all sit down, we judge all, and then we arrive at something. But you can't just wake up one day and say you have increased your tariffs. It doesn't work that way. And this is something that they've been doing always. And this time around, we will not allow them to have their way. We will resist any attempt by this increment. We will not accept it.
Now, in other news tonight, the Ghana Stock Exchange's fixed income or bond market recorded its second highest monthly performance ever as the stock and bond market continued their bullish run this year. The crabbers has been so far attractive, contrary to previous years, as investors continue to show interest in the market. According to figures from the exchange, the crabbers continued its impressive run in February as market capitalization of the firms listed on the stock market shot up by about 3.29% to 57.1 billion cedis. The fixed income or bond market registered trading volume of 15.15 billion cedis as liquidity remained high. The government of Ghana bond accounted for 12.1 billion cedis, about 80% of the total debt traded. Now, international ratings agency Fitch says Ghanaian banks are well positioned to absorb the increased asset quality risk from borrowers pressured by the economic effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. We want to show you some infographic with some more detail about this. Now, it says that COVID-19 pandemic-induced defaults will add to legacy asset issues, but strong operating profitability and improved capitalization meant banks are on a sound footing to absorb the risks. Now, slowdown of the economy weakened repayment capacity of households and businesses, although debt relief measures to customers have limited impact on asset quality. Banking sector's non-performing loans ratio increased only modestly to 14.8% at the end of 2020. The Bank of Ghana recently disclosed that 9% of banking sector loans had been restructured, and restructured banking sector loans lower than sub-Saharan Africa average. We still remain with the banks. Universal Merchant Bank, UMB, has signed an agreement with the National Association of Registered Midwives Ghana to offer its members on the controller payroll a special UMB controller loan product of up to 150,000 Ghana cedis. This will be spread over 48 months at a competitively low interest rate with a turnaround time of 48 hours. There's more in the following report. The newly introduced UMB controller loan for the National Association of Registered Midwives Ghana forms part of the many financial interventions UMB has rolled out for government workers and customers. This will offer them the needed financial cushion for their personal needs, especially during these turbulent times. CEO of the bank, Nana Jumobene, says the agreement is in the interest of both parties.
UMB, we are very excited with this partnership because, as you know, UMB is a Ghanaian indigenous bank. with a strong heritage. We've been here for 49 years in Ghana, serving the Ghanaian people, and partnering with the National Association of Registered Midwives, who are 6,000 strong midwives. It enables us to be able to share financial services to them at an affordable price, which also now enables them to meet their financial requirements. And this for us is what is exciting, because we aim to be partners with our clients. And as partners with our clients, we have to look at their financial needs and design things around their financial needs to meet their requirements. When we started the conversations with them, we knew that price was something that was very important to them. We also knew that they wanted to maximize the amount of facilities that they can take. And we also knew that household appliances, etc., were things that they were looking to purchase and procure. So this agreement has taken all that into consideration, allowing them to take a bit more in terms of their affordability, reducing the prices, both the interest rates and the fees, so that it becomes a bit more affordable.
President of the National Association of Registered Midwives Ghana, Letitia Atia, commended UMB for the timely financial intervention, as the loan product would help alleviate the financial burdens the pandemic has brought.
Realize that UMB Bank, their customer service are very good. They are the best, in the sense that their interest rate is the best. We compared, we went around and we compared, and we realized that they have the best interest rate. And they are friendly. There are some banks, you even be there when you are talking to somebody, the person will be looking somewhere. But they were so friendly to us. They followed us and made us to understand the processes and the interest rate. That is why we are here.
We want to bring you one of our top stories tonight. The Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Amishadai Osu-Amwa, has expressed confidence that the COVID-19 vaccination campaign will ensure a positive economic rebound. This, he believes, will stimulate business growth and lead to revenue mobilization. The Commissioner General spoke to Joy Business after he took his COVID-19 jab at the head office of the GRA in Accra. Here's more.
The Ghana Revenue Authority was forced to revise its revenue target for last year due to the outbreak of COVID-19, which affected many businesses in the country. According to the Commissioner General, Amishadai Owusu-Amwa, the smooth vaccination campaign ongoing will pose a positive signal to the recovery of the economy. He therefore used the opportunity to urge the business community to avail themselves for the exercise.
It will also go a long way to ensure that we'll be able to recover in terms of business, recover in terms of activity, recover in terms of being able to have more confidence in going out there and getting the job done. And eventually we'll see the economy recovering. So I think it's very, very important that, and I want to commend the government of Ghana for the work that has been done and for the project that is going on, and for the opportunity given to so many Ghanaians to get involved and get vaccinated. Everything that we are doing is making sure that, like I said, we are all up and doing and being able to get involved in all our business activity and ensure that we don't have the economy going down. So definitely it's a step towards making sure that revenues will come. Because at the end of the day, if we are working, if we are gathering and doing our activity, if we are being able to do our business, then we'll get revenue. And you know, these things are also expensive. And therefore, we need the money to be able to fund even what we are doing today.
On his part, Commissioner of Customs Kendall Kwejo Damwa retired called on all stakeholders at the ports to collaborate with the authorities to get all persons vaccinated to avoid any outbreak.
You know that the ports as a community has several other stakeholders. It's not only the customs division. So our expectation is that those who also do businesses with us on daily basis will also have the opportunity to have these vaccines as time moves on. We know that it is not easy to get everybody vaccinated because the numbers are limited. But the expectation is that as the government is showing so much interest, keen interest in trying to get as many vaccines as possible into our country sooner than later, other stakeholders may also have the opportunity to be vaccinated.
About 300 staff of the GRA are expected to receive the vaccination each day until the end of the first phase. Now, job creation opportunities exist in the green and circular economy, but
lack of career guidance and preparation makes many Ghanaians unable to identify and capitalize on existing opportunities even at the district level. Green Project by SVN Netherlands Development Organization is, however, providing a permanent solution to this problem. Now, through the Green Project District Job Fairs, entrepreneurship in green economy will be fostered through engagement with experienced business owners to inspire participants to start their own green businesses. Now, under its Opportunities for Youth Employment program, participants who are looking for jobs in the sector will also receive green opportunities at the district level to inform their career decisions. More in this report from our correspondent, Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin.
The fair serves as a platform for preparing skilled labor through employability sessions such as CV writing, job description analysis, and cover letter writing. It is one of the activities to complement the job creation efforts of the government.
Entrepreneurship in the green economy will be promoted through interactions with seasoned green entrepreneurs to inspire participants.
The International Labour Organization's report, The World Employment and Social Outlook, released in April 2020, reveals that a shift to a green economy could create 24 million new jobs globally by 2030. Skills Development Advisor for SNV Green Project, Gifty Kujo, says the project makes a call to green business and employment decisions.
Green because we are moving from the brown economy into the green economy. SNV Green Project is interested in supporting our target groups to be able to find jobs for themselves, to be able to set up businesses for themselves. But our focus also is on green jobs and green businesses. We are interested in making profits through our business and in our employment, but the health of the environment is also very key, so that we don't end up in building businesses, working in establishments that are harming our environment. That is why we are advocating green jobs and green businesses.
The 4-year Green Project aims to create greener economic and employment opportunities for youth, women, and returning migrants by promoting and supporting sustainable green businesses in the Ashanti and Western regions. According to Ms. Kujo, SNV is also committed to supporting business growth.
During our green job fairs, we divide all our activities into 2 big blocks. So we have entrepreneurship and employability. So for those who are interested in setting up businesses for themselves or becoming entrepreneurs, then the various activities lined up within the entrepreneurship block becomes relevant. So today, for instance, we are learning how to even cite opportunities around us. We are learning how to look for funding for our green businesses. We are learning how to sustain and manage our green businesses. These are activities under the entrepreneurship block. Then on the employability block, we also have sessions like CV writing sessions, job description analysis sessions. We have interview sessions, interview preparation sessions, so that at the end of the day, whoever comes here is able to meet his or her expectations. If you're a job seeker, we support you so that when you leave our job fairs, you are able to look for jobs yourself. You're able to write good CVs that will grant you an interview. Once you are...
As the effects of the climate crisis continue to intensify, SNV believes that jobs that can withstand and help tackle climate change are crucial to the future of Ghana and its citizens. Green jobs and businesses in the circular economy are the solutions to a resilient and sustainable local economy. At the Adansi South District in the Ashanti region, where young people attended the program, the district chief executive, Francis Ankuma, says unemployment has become a sensitive issue in recent times. In his speech read by the Deputy Coordinating Director, Alhaji Hussein Haruna, the DCE says SNV's Opportunities for Youth Employment program is a laudable venture which deserves maximum support.
This is a laudable venture which deserves our
solution.
SNV Ghana wants to create and strengthen a local ecosystem that supports youth development.
I came and they trained me have more benefit because at first I don't take records of some small things, and after that I saw it was wasting my money.
Maybe you can take advantage of the other processing of maybe oil palm nicely or neatly packaged. That is, be able to attract people to buy with a very good prices or high demand to ensure that business are going on. And also apart from that, there are also other areas like the non-traditional farming. Talk about the mushroom production, honey production. All these things are some of the things that as the Ministry of Food and Agric we do. We train the youth so that they will be able to take advantage of some of these things. So,
a report by Mohammed Nuruddin.
All right, Nuruddin's report there on the job fair seeking to get entrepreneurs to tap into the green economy. That's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching. Remember that we're expecting the president and the NDC candidate John Mahama to react to the election petition ruling by the Supreme Court. We will bring you that live on this network. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. See you same time tomorrow.